true self-love is the key in your, what you would call, ascension process, or your dimensional shift to higher frequency expression of self. However, you are not being pushed or forced to do any of this or to increase your self-love in this sense. You, of course, in the overall choosing of this dimensional shift for yourselves, are being invited more and more into the greater self-love for yourself, for it is this self-love that becomes literally the vehicle that can bring you or traverse the distance, shall we say, to the next frequency level of being. It is that guiding light which brings you into that level, finally, of beingness that is in your higher fifth dimensional frequency. However, you are always given the choice, and do have your choice. It is your divine design to retain your choice even in your incarnate state. Now, to understand what choices you are making in terms of your self-love, you must use the heart-centered energy. You must connect now with your true intelligence to the higher self through the heart area, the high heart area of your body. And it is in your bodies that you will be able to glean greater information as to how the choices you are making are affecting you and therefore your environment around you. For the self-love, as we said, is a key, and all happens from within. And so it is ever important that you understand from within the body what your choices are doing in terms of affecting yourself, and of course then the extension or reflection outside of you, for all that is around you is but a reflection of your own energy signature at that moment, and your own belief systems, and what you are willing to allow in your own perception. And so it is through the heart-centered area now, not so much the mind, that you will be able to discern your choices and discern whether you are choosing the greater self-love. We will also remind you that the ego is not the basis of your shadow choices, shall we say, as you call it, the journey into darkness. It is your judgments that make this journey so. Less so your ego. Your ego is also able and capable of holding you in light, and has an important role in your incarnate being in holding you in this experience. It is a matter of integrating the ego with the self-love. We understand that your question is pertaining more to an imbalance in these, and therefore then the feeling of perhaps being in expression of shadow than of light. However, it is not always your ego which is driving this type of experience. It is more your judgments of that, and your judgments of others' choices around you, and your judgment of your own choices and holding on to this type of energy. And so it becomes a bit, from your incarnate perspective, of a balancing act, the balancing of release and yet the balancing of also moving towards the self-love and the greater light and the greater high-frequency expression that you have all chosen now and are moving towards in a very deliberate fashion as a collective. To honor self in a positive sense, as you have asked here, is simply to do so from the heart, from the higher self perspective, which understands that all experience is valuable to you and can glean great gifts from all of your experience. It is to, in as many ways as you can, transcend your judgment of choices that you make and choices that others are making, for it is all your divine design to have free will and choice, and all your choices are informative and valuable in one way or another, and the higher self, broader perspective, may understand these choices that the incarnate being may see in a negative light, in a much more, shall we say, balanced way, and understand the greater gifts of that choice. And so, we would encourage or recommend for those of you who would make this choice to choose to work on your judgments, for there is a great key in working also in tandem with the self-love, for in releasing these judgments and opening yourself more to a greater and broader understanding and acceptance of all choice and of the diversity of expression in your incarnate state on your planet, you will be able to access then the greater aspects of your self-love that you already have, that are already yours, just as you already have existence on your fifth dimensional level. You are simply reclaiming your awareness and your expression and knowledge of this, and now moving yourselves as an entire collective, as an entire planet, towards this greater frequency expression.